Okay.
Can I ask you a question about dancing? Does it like diminish your self-worth at all? Like, does it make you like feel less of yourself?
100%. I feel absolutely disgusting doing it. It is making me great money. It is really fast, easy money, but there's times where I'll be sitting at work and I look around and I'm like, what am I doing here? Because I know I am so much more than being in that club. And this is no offense, I know you dance, but I hate when I hear dancers say, I have no problem doing it. Because it's like, even the girls
aren't you coping a little bit by calling them dancers?
What is it?
Aren't you kind of coping already by calling them dancers?
I mean, it's respectful.
What are they actually?
It's just like a proper term. I mean, when you're referring, I guess.
That's
you don't
not
really
the proper term.
I mean, I don't really like to go around saying
strippers. Dancers. The only one who wants to be called the dancer is the stripper, right? That's the one who wants to be called the dancer. The truth is that they're strippers.
I only say it just because as a fellow.
By the way, that's even more accurate because you could be in the club and stripping without doing any dancing whatsoever. No dancing required at all. You can just take your clothes off minus any dancing. That's why it's a way more accurate term.
Actually, I am probably the worst stripper because I work in a club that you're not allowed to show any, you have to wear pasties, you can't show anything on the bottom. I won't take my top off. I won't take off my bottoms. I will sit there and dance, but I'm not going to show you anything. I don't care how much money you are going to give me. And I still make great money doing it. So I guess in that terminology, I am a dancer because I'm not taking off my clothes.
Oh. But you do OnlyFans.
Yes, you are definitely taking off your clothes. What are you talking about?
While I'm saying they're dancing, I'm not. Am I walking around in skimpy lingerie? 100%. But I'm not sitting there taking off my top on the pole.
So you don't take them off and then it shows the pasties, ever. That doesn't happen. That's not part of your show.
No, I'm insecure about my chest too. So, no.
Yeah. And none of the other girls in the club do that.
I mean, the girls that I work with do.
Yeah, so they're strippers, right? They're strippers.
I mean, yeah, you're at a strip club.
They're strippers. Just not you. You're the only non-stripper.
I mean, I'm technically a stripper.
I get it.
I'm just saying
But it's definitely not cope. It's not cope, right? Because you wear pasties and stuff, so therefore, and you don't technically take the top off. You just already have the top taken off, so technically it's not stripping, right? So okay, I get it. It just sounds a little bit like cope to me. That's all.
Why is there a difference between not exposing yourself at the strip club but doing it on OnlyFans? Like, what can you tell me the difference between
Honestly,
the two platforms?
Honestly, there is no difference.
So why do you feel like in one department you can do this and the other you're full out doing porn on the internet? Like, what's the difference between the two?
Honestly, it's the in person. The more I feel more vulnerable at the club because I can get touched. I can't, you know what I mean? It's it's
so
more
it's like more of a risk.
And it's 100% like the same as like I'm more comfortable on the internet because
you're in control.
It's just the internet. You know what I mean?
Well, like, it's not just the internet.
Well,
the
no,
internet's
but
forever.
Not in person. It's less intimate.
Can I add something? Within person too, I guess you have to be more personal.
What do you mean it's less intimate? How can it be less intimate if you're fucking a dude on the camera? How is that less intimate?
You're getting intimate with random people.
Let me ask the question. Hang on. How can it be less intimate to be fucking a dude on a camera and then disseminate that to the public than it is to walk through a strip club with pasties on? Like, what? How's that less intimate?
I'd rather fuck a dude on the internet than fuck a dude in a room of 300 different people. It's less, I don't feel like all of the eyes are on me is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but how could that be less intimate than stripping?
Well, because when you're stripping, you're getting intimate with people you don't know. When you're making a video on OnlyFans, it's with someone you know, right? So getting intimate and getting close to people who are just random strangers is obviously a lot different than someone you personally know.
Yeah, but there's still going to be degrees to it. You're saying, when you're talking about intimacy, you personally knowing the person or not knowing the person has nothing to do with the degree of intimacy.
Well,
we're talking about having sex with the person versus not having sex with them, right?
Because it's a lot easier to have somebody just send me a message back than me be at work and talking to somebody and him grab my ass or him touch me. Or I feel safer on the internet. Yes, it's not just the internet, because it's there forever. I'm never going to get rid of that, and I'm fully aware of that. But when it comes down to it, I'm hiding behind a screen versus in person.
You can also control your responses, think about what you're going to say, whereas in person, like, you have facial reactions, body language to think about, and like sometimes, you just blurt things out without really thinking, whereas on your phone, you have time to sit there and think before you send a message.
Okay, to be totally blunt, I'm just going to put this as bluntly as I possibly can. If a guy is putting his penis inside of you on camera, how could that not possibly be more intimate than walking around a strip club with pasties on? I'm not talking about safety. I'm not asking about your safety concerns.
Well, I'm not talking about walking around.
You feel more or less
pasties on.
safe, right? I'm saying, how could it possibly be that this is a less intimate act than the other one? How?
It wasn't that it was a less intimate act. It's exactly what I said before. I'm hiding behind a screen. It's easier to do stuff on the internet, just like there's keyboard warriors, and people would say stuff on the internet they'd never say in person. I would never sit there and somebody in person in a room full of 300 people that are watching me, but on the internet it's a lot easier to do it hiding behind a screen.
Well,
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, but wouldn't you though? Like, if the money was right?
No, I wouldn't.
Because you wouldn't. Well, why not? Because you wouldn't do any of this except if it was for money, right?
No.
So why is it that you would draw the line there between, like, oh, now there's a live viewership with $1 million versus the strip club paycheck of $3,000 in a night or whatever it is? Why would you delineate based on money if that's what the entire motivation is anyway? Why?
I understand that's what my motivation is, but I could never f somebody for money.
Yes, you literally
not.
can and have.
Me already f***ing
Wait,
my
you literally
boyfriend.
have dudes for money. I don't know, like,
Isn't
what
that
are you
like the
talking
whole
about?
point of OnlyFans?
But it's somebody that I've had kids with and I've already been in a long-term relationship. If somebody is going to sit there and hand me $300 and be like, F me, I wouldn't do it. $1 million, I wouldn't do it. But if I'm already going to sit there and sleep with my kids' dad, and I'm already going to...
that's not... Wait. You didn't just sleep with your kid's dad. Stop coping. You also slept with another OnlyFans creator who was not your kid's dad in exchange for what medium of currency?
Honestly, I probably would have f him either way. I just got paid for it.
But wait, did you f him before you made the content with him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the thing is as long as I can give you a guy you would ordinarily then it's okay to have the cameras on you?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Honestly.
So all we're really doing is establishing price and conditions, right?
I mean, if I'm already going to be sleeping with them and if I could make money off of it, there's no issue.
Ogle donated
Okay.
$200. I'll fly you guys to Boston if that's genuinely the only thing keeping you from trying another career, and you don't like the one you're in. Brian can connect us after the show if that's the case.
I don't know, she's got
Honestly?
4 kids, bro. That's a lot of flights.
No, it's just
That's a
me.
lot of flights.
It's
bro.
just me and my daughter, and honestly, if you can fly me out and my daughter out to Boston, I'll quit dancing and quit doing OnlyFans. I'll delete
It has
all
to be.
of everything.
You have to sign a contract.
That's fine.
To that effect.
100%.
to fly out.
So
to
he
Boston.
just has to fly you and your daughter to Boston.
Yeah. And I'll
Hotel?
quit.
Hotel or?
No, because I'd stay in the hospital with my daughter.
I'll give you a couple $100 myself. Or like
Oh, look at that.
So if I can
Oh, beautiful.
get the flight to Boston,
Easy.
I'll quit dancing and I'll quit doing OnlyFans. Please give me a reason to stop.
Wait, where are you living
Okay,
right
but
now?
it has to be
I'm in
permanent.
Phoenix, Arizona.
It has to be permanent. You have to
What?
make the
Yeah,
agreement
that's
as
fine.
permanent. You have to make
She'll
the
quit?
agreement permanent, no sex work.
I will sign a contract.
Ogle, draft
right
up the
now.
Ogle. We'll have her sign that shit in studio on camera.
That would
Ogle.
be amazing.
Ogle,
That would be amazing.
have your attorney draft that shit up, or just draft that shit up yourself. Send it to the whatever Instagram. We'll have her sign the contract, and yeah.
Ogle donated $200. 0% simping here, just to be clear. But if that's what's in the way of a solid life going forward, then LFG.
Yeah.
Yo, any lawyers in the chat who want to volunteer?
No, this is Ogle. You're stupid, Ogle. Stop, Ogle.
She's gonna sign the
Pay
contract.
prostitutes to stop being prostitutes. It's like, what?
I mean, it's for her daughter.
Ogle, I think
it's
you're
like
doing a great
reverse
thing.
prostitution.
The only reason I'm doing this is to get to Boston. I would love to get to
You were
Boston so I
doing this
can.
All right.
before Boston was even a thing. We already went over this. We
Yeah,
went
but
over this
I was not
timeline.
dancing.
Before Boston was even a thing, you were already humping dudes for money on the internet. What are you talking about?
What's the trip to Boston cost you? Like, what is the
I just
dollar
need-
value that you're trying
I
to
need the
achieve
flight out
to be
there.
able to do this?
I need
All
to
right,
fly
Ogle.
out
determine
there.
that yet?
And I need
Ogle,
to
send us the DMs. Ogle, send
and
us
I
the
need
DM. We'll get
to
it figured
figure
out.
out
Hold
how
on.
much
Let's get back to the notes here.